is Louie Vega. I'm a DJ, I'm a producer, I'm a songwriter. I'm from the Bronx. I was born in 1965, so I just happened to be there in the middle of it all when disco was in its heyday and hip hop just started. One of the first DJs that took me under his wing was Jazzy J. He was actually the first DJ that ever heard my music and took me under his wing. What brought me into DJ, it was the block parties. You know, I live in 172nd Street and Stratford Avenue, so I would walk down to the projects on 174th Street, and there you had Africa Bambaataa, Jazzy J, and Red Alert, Africa Islam, throwing the parties with all the break dances. The block parties were in the summer. They were also parties in basements. It was all about good music, you know. They were just playing everything from funk, soul, jazz, disco. Well, back in those days, it was basic. It was just 2 turntables and a mixer. My success as a DJ, you know, it's what I learned growing up in New York. You know, I learned from the best. You know, I was there when Larry Levan played in the Paradise Garage. I was there when Tony Humphries played at Zanzibar. Bruce Forrest played at Better Days. I mean, I got the best schooling you could ever have to become a great DJ. So I emulated a lot of those guys and created my own style from that. You know, and I would say that helped me become who I am, especially my record collection. So that's how heavy into it I was. And I mean, I lived this music and I still do all these years.
Shut the door.
The music that inspired me, I would say Quincy Jones, a lot of his music, Willie Colon's music, Tommy the Puma's music, you know, Stevie Wonder's music, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Shut the door.
Fania, I mean, I'm gonna repeat what I've heard been said about it because I feel it's true. And for me, Fania is the Motown of Latin music. You know, cool, man. Fania has always been cool. For me, I mean, I'm lucky because I have a family member that was a Fania All-Star, but you know, just the repertoire of music, there's nothing like it. My favorite Fania artist has to be Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe. Which LP? This has to be Willie Colon, El Juicio. I've met, of course, Celia Cruz on many occasions. Revered. I mean, I've met many of them. Eddie Palmieri, I worked with Antio Puente, so we had a relationship, you know, for many, many years. You know, family, friends. Listen, my family used to go to all they call them hidas. They used to go to the clubs. They used to go wherever my uncle was at, wherever the Fania was at, wherever Ray Barretto was at. My mother and my sisters and a lot of my family supported my uncle wherever he was. You know, he was loved by everyone, and my family was really proud. My uncle Hector Lavoe was really a caring, wonderful, really sweet and humble man. You know what I mean? I remember him always coming to my home in the Bronx on Stratford Avenue, my mom's house, 1255 Stratford Avenue. And he would come in and bring his 45s after he recorded to my mom so she could hear it. And you know, I took piano lessons from the ages of 6 to 11, so he always used to say, Luisito, I know you're playing classical music, but play a montuno, learn a montuno. You know, he always wanted me to play a montuno. I'll never forget that. You know, he would always come see me when I was a little kid. Come to see his sister, come to see me, and my sisters as well. So I remember when he first came to New York in the early 60s, the first place he came to was my mom's house. And then I was born after that. Well, for me, you know, I feel really proud that I was able to contribute a little bit to, Hector Lavoe's legacy. I was able to introduce his music to the house crowd around the world. For me, it was a way for Hector to be heard around the world with a younger generation of club goers. I met the Martinez Brothers probably over 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, let's say. And I had a video shoot with an artist named Mr. V, who was on my record label, Vega Records. And during the video shoot, Steve Martinez, who's their dad, came with them to the video shoot to meet me. And they handed me a CD, sort of a demo of them DJing. And that was the first time I met them. Man, it's funny because 10 years, they've been doing their thing, and I'm very proud of them. The boys are very talented, and we've spoken a lot here and there and during the years, but we never got a chance to work with each other. But it wasn't until I was in Ibiza, since I was living there, I had seen them a few times, and we spoke about working together. They wanted to work and try something together. They said, let's do a track together, let's do something. When we got together, it just happened. It went, it was so natural, In a matter of 4 sessions, we recorded over 12 tracks. It ended up being more than just one thing. But when we went to the studio, I said, I gotta do something special with them, So I said, what do I have that nobody has? And it was a few of the outtakes, because I had done a few projects for Fania before. I had a few of the outtakes of Hector in the studio. And I knew that they had loved Hector, because every time I met them, they were playing a Hector Lavoe, a Willie Colon record, or a Fania record. Like, they weren't even listening to house music. They were always listening to Fania music. And we created a track that, it's a house vibe, and there's other mixes that are more tech house. So it really gives a different energy and a different sound to even what Hector did. So it was a cool combination. So now we have a really broad piece of work that we've been coming up with. So that when we're in the summer doing all of our touring, because we tour so much around the world, touring festivals, clubs, Ibiza, Europe, and everywhere else, that we're gonna be playing this record. So we're really excited about it being a summer record. Hey, it's Louie Vega. Check out my new EP with the Martinez Brothers featuring Héctor Lavoe, out now.